Well, Autodesk making a splash this week, launching products integrating artificial intelligence. Autodesk's AI has generative capabilities and provides intelligent assistance for those in building, product design, even media. The announcement is debuting at the tech company's Design and Make conference in Las Vegas, where over 10,000 designers, engineers, builders, and creators are gathering this week for Autodesk University. So what's next for the tech company? To tell us more, let's bring in Andrew Anagnost, Autodesk CEO and president. Andrew, always good to have you on the show. Walk me through what this means for Autodesk clients. We've heard so much about generative AI. How does this all work?
Yeah, so first let me tell you, I'm here in Las Vegas at Autodesk University, and obviously I'm spending time with all the talented design and make professionals that build everything around us. And yes, we announced Autodesk AI this week. And one of the things that's really important to talk about here is these industries, they have massive capacity problems. So they really need to be able to build more with less. There's not enough money, there's not enough labor, there's not enough material to build everything that needs to be built and rebuilt. So what we're doing is we're focusing on helping them wrangle data with AI, helping them automate some of the processes that create very sophisticated high fidelity 3D models, and we're helping them smooth some of the connections between various teams within the ecosystems they work so that they can actually get some of this work done faster, more cost efficiently, and using less materials.
And so do we have an idea yet, Andrew, of what sort of cost cutting this sort of productivity brings to the table?
Yeah, we do. So let's look at example. Let's talk about the scale of the problem first off, all right? A lot of our customers in AEC, for example, are experiencing a lot of pressure around sustainability and new regulations and new requirements from both owners and governments. By one estimate, we have to build the equivalent of 2.6 trillion square feet of new real estate over the next 40 years. That's like adding a New York City to the world every month. That is a massive capacity problem. So what we're trying to do is help them make better decisions earlier in the design process and move processes that probably took months down to weeks. And that's really the goal that we're trying to do here, is help them get from complexity that took them months to wrangle down to weeks, while also making sure they make better choices about how they're building and what materials they're building with.
Andrew, I've been looking at a breakdown of what this means for individual sectors that Autodesk serves. Interesting to me to look at the particular impact on media. Autodesk Flow, as the company describes it, automates scheduling for media and entertainment production, sort of managing all the changes that come with that. What does that mean for existing jobs?
Yeah, so first off, you highlighted just before I came on the whole issue with streaming services. People are trying to build good, high-quality content rapidly for streaming services. Their costs are going up. So obviously, they're going to need to reduce their costs, but they're not going to reduce the number of artists that are working on some of these projects. What they need to do is make these artists more efficient. So some of the things you were talking about, especially connected to Autodesk Flow, we're allowing producers to automatically generate schedules that may have taken them weeks to months to produce, but let AI build out the schedule and then redesign the schedule as new shots come in or other shots fall out, or as an artist swaps out into different things. We don't see this replacing jobs because the studios have a pretty serious capacity problem. What we need to do is help them get more throughput from the resources they have, and that's what we're focused on.
And so, Andrew, when you look at some of the sectors that have the biggest room for upside, obviously some of these sectors, for instance, manufacturing already had some of these elements in it. But in terms of the ones that are perhaps best primed for disruption in this space, which are the standouts for you?
Yeah, it's architecture, engineering, and construction by far. And the reason for that is the industry that is significantly less digitized relative to other industries. You know, IT spend in manufacturing is clearly in the double digits for almost every manufacturing enterprise out there. It's in the single digits in most of architecture, engineering, construction. They have not yet integrated their processes in such a way that they're getting the productivity lifts of digitization. So this is going to have a big impact on the architecture, engineering, and construction industry. Connecting those things together is an imperative, and they're going to be spending more money on technology in the future so that they can kind of address these capacity challenges. But that's the industry that's going to see the most change.
Andrew, you've always got a pretty good pulse on what CapEx spending looks like for some of the industries you serve. We've heard over and over that higher rates are sort of crimping the budgets of so many of these companies. What are you seeing, and how is this pushing further efficiency in the industries that Autodesk works with?
So obviously, consumer inflation's down; it's declining. But things are still a lot more expensive than they were a year ago, and people are making really deliberate choices about what kind of things they're reaching into the supply chain to use for specific projects. They're looking at optimizing how they can get to certain types of materials and use certain types of materials that might be in stock or maybe overstocked so that they can make some of these more intelligent choices. So we see our customers spending a lot more time making really sophisticated and careful procurement choices as they navigate this higher cost environment.
Andrew Anagnost, interesting to see just how quickly things are shifting on that front. Autodesk CEO and president joining us from Las Vegas today.
Thank you.